I there's definitely more confidence now. I think I started building confidence the first time when I really got on the Harley and I took off, and I'd really made myself too nervous, I think. And then I get on there and I take off and I'm like, whew, I'm fine. I'm doing this. I can do this. Like, and then ever since then, I guess I just look at it different. I used to look at motorcycles and think, scary, that's wild. You guys are just out here whipping these things around and stuff. And now once you get on and you see how it balances and you know what you're doing, obviously, then you do get more comfortable. I definitely have a lot more confidence, period. And I think that helps riding, because when I was nervous, I feel like that's where the mistakes were coming from, not having enough confidence in myself. But now like I said, I don't ride a lot, and traffic still makes me really nervous. I still I want to be with my mom. I want to ride with her mostly until I really get to a place where I'm more comfortable. I don't know. I don't like being around other people until I feel like I'm better too. I think because I know a lot of riders, that's just my family. That's the main thing I've always known. So I think coming into it, people were skeptical, I could tell. But then they know my mom, they know where I come from, and they're like, nah, she's got this, she's gonna be fine. And then there was this respect amongst all of them that came with that, because I knew everybody that rode, and my mom's mean. So there's that. With my mom, and that we have a different relationship with me and both of my sisters. I have one sister that's older than me. I have one sister that's younger than me. I mean, one sister that's 1 year and 2 months older than me, and one sister that's 1 year and 2 months younger than me. So right now we're 32, 33, 34. So we're really, really close. When we grew up, it was we really did do everything together, but we're complete individuals. When I decided to start riding, which is something I had wanted to do for a long time, it really came from, number one, photography, just the love of taking pictures of the motorcycles. And once you get by them and you see how beautiful they are and how it all works together and how they run. And then I got my little sister, who decided she wanted to do heavy machinery and wanted to try to be in the union, stuff like that, like my grandma always did. And my older sister, she's tech savvy. She's going to school for advertisement and stuff. She's in college for that right now. So we're all different, but all together, we really, it's really cool. We're all ourselves, and that's okay. I don't know. It's like I said, it's still new, so I don't know. I get nervous. I don't know. As soon as I get on it, as soon as I get near that motorcycle, take a picture of myself by that motorcycle, people are in a frenzy. They're just super excited. They want to see me. They want to say something to me. Everybody wants to go with me, and it makes me nervous. But like I said, I think that it is the excitement that makes me nervous. Some people like the attention. They do. They do it because they want that attention, and I just kind of trying to ease my way into it before I'm out here trying to be a cool guy, a hot shot. Well, yeah, I even remember the very first time I ever rode it to work. I work at a little diner, and they had followed my journey. When I started working at that diner 3 years ago. I saved up my money for the first 3 months, and that's how I bought the motorcycle. Right at Christmas time, I bought it from Randy, who does the podcast on Sundays. So he gave me a really good deal. I was super excited. But so they followed my whole journey. They heard when I bought the motorcycle, we talked about it a lot. They was all really nervous for me, if you could imagine. And then I had it for a really long time. Then we talked about how I was getting ready to do the motorcycle class. Then once I did the motorcycle class, once I got my endorsement, they all shared it with me. So the first time I pulled up, they all were crazy. People were getting out of their cars. I park in the back, and everybody else has to park out in the front in the middle of the street. So they're starting to walk back to come greet me while I'm stuck there because there's not enough of me to move my motorcycle back into the spot. So the guy that I work with, he comes out and he pushes me back, and he's kind of shooing them away, like, go. And I'm feeling, you know, it's cool, but then because I feel like I'm not getting it in the places that I need to, and I'm still nervous and stuff, I feel like uncomfortable. I don't know, I don't want him looking at me right now, like, let me practice. So sometimes it's, I guess a lot of the times it's overwhelming. I'm trying hard to get used to it. Even being a part of this, it's a lot of attention right now. There was one lady in the class, and I remember they were talking in the class. They're like, oh, if we think that, you know, you're not doing a good job, if we fear for you in any way, we're going to stop and we're going to take you out of there. And for whatever reason, they just kept looking at me. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm going to be fine. And then this other lady, she really did hurt herself pretty bad. She threw herself right on the ground. And I don't know, I've seen some ladies try to take off on some motorcycles like they're cool and it not work out. I got these really nice, they're like boots, but they look like tennis shoes that I bought from State 8 before I took the class. They have a little bit of a platform or whatever on them, and they zip on the side, but it kind of looks like a tennis shoe, but it's a hefty boot, and it has like reflectors and stuff on it. So when I wear those and I ride, it feels more comfortable to wear. Like, I have Harley boots, and I don't know, they're clunky and big, and I feel like I don't have a lot of good control when I wear those, like to even shift or anything. I don't know. It almost feels like it's not my real foot. It's just too much boot. I started going to the Easy Rider Rodeo when I was 21 and went every single year until I was 29. It was in Chillicothe, Ohio. They no longer do it at Chillicothe anymore. The last year they did it there, I was there. I only missed 1 year, and it was for COVID, but it was, if you like motorcycles, if you, like, it's just a blast. It's like one of the funnest places I ever been. And once I went the first year I was 21 years old. I knew I was going back. I just knew it, everything about it. And then even having like the motorcycle shows and stuff, so much of my early photography is from there. It's just so many bikes to photograph. Like, it was. And now I look back on those photos, how great they are. Didn't even realize at the time that that was what I wanted to do with my life. I was just doing it, and it was just constantly working out. And then people wanted to pay me to do it, and they wanted to purchase these photos. And I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. And just so many of my best ones come from the rodeo. One thing I feel really bad or scared or nervous, like if I see a girl and they got any bit of their hair down, like even in a ponytail and it's flying, I just think, ooh, have fun brushing that, because it's awful. I learned how to braid because I was just tired of it. And I just recently cut my hair, but it was really long, and it does this like flip thing where it tangles so bad. So anybody I see with any kind of hair hanging out, I just think, oh no, that's sad for you. I've seen a lot of passenger riders with very inappropriate clothing on. I even think that that's irresponsible. If you're riding a woman and you let her get on with flip-flops, you're to blame also. But they'll just, oh, it's fine, you know what I'm saying? And it'll be, oh, fine, they've been drinking all day and everything else half falling off the back. You might want to get a bungee cord or something, like, and they'll have flip-flops on, or even the ones that wear shorts. I don't wear shorts. The only time I ever wore shorts on a motorcycle is when I'm at the Easy Rider Rodeo. Like when we're at the rodeo in camp, I'll climb on with shorts on, but we only go at like, I don't know, 10 miles an hour around. So I think I had enough time to abandon before I get all messed up. But you still never know. It's still not smart. Keep your feet covered up. Wear pants. I don't care how hot it is, And I get it. I'm definitely guilty of wearing tank tops and stuff, not keeping stuff on my arms. We all run our risks. If you're a woman and you're thinking about riding, if it's something that's on your heart, you got to do something about it, because it's not going to go away. You're going to want to do something about it, but make sure that that's what you want. Don't do it to be cool. Don't do it because you think that's what somebody else wants you to do. If you really want to do it, I believe that you should go for it. And honestly, the class that I took, not expensive and so helpful. I feel like they really did run down every single thing that you would need to know, top to bottom, starting from the very basics. They cover everything so well, you don't even really have to ask questions. You don't really get put into a situation where you feel stupid because they just treat everybody the same. They start at the bottom. You could be an advanced rider just doing the course because you want to get lower insurance, or a brand new, this is your first time on a motorcycle, like it was mine. That was my very first time on a motorcycle when I went to that class. And then once I left the class and I got my endorsement, even though they told me not to go jump on a Harley, that's what I did.